Hi there, I'm Pastor Anthony Tang. I'm a member of the Board of Directors of GCFA. I'm also the second-elect First Reserve to General Conference from the Desert Southwest Conference, and am currently in a cross-conference appointment in North Texas at the First United Methodist Church of Dallas. I wanted to offer this devotion reflecting about my past experiences of General Conference. I know that there have been times that have been so stressful and filled with anxiety and so much pressure to do the right thing when there's so much emotion overwhelming different times. And in thinking about all of that, I wanted to offer you this devotion from Matthew chapter 14. I'll start at verse 22. Immediately, Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead to the other side while he dismissed the crowds. And after he had dismissed the crowds, he went up the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone, but by this time the boat, battered by the waves, was far from the land, for the wind was against them. And early in the morning he came, walking toward them on the sea. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified, saying, "It's a ghost!" And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them and said, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat, started walking on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he noticed the strong wind, he became frightened, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him, saying to him, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Now, I remember reading this scripture many, many years ago, and I thought to myself at that time, wow, kind of harsh, Jesus, right? Well, to say to Peter, "Why did you doubt?" And does that suggest that if we just had more faith, that we too could walk on water? Or if we doubt Jesus, does that mean that it would cause us to sink? But the more I've spent time with the scripture, the more I realize that I don't think Jesus was suggesting to Peter that he sank because he doubted in Jesus. But I think the problem was that in Peter's fear, Jesus said, "Peter, why did you doubt yourself?" Because what we know from John chapter 21 is that Peter knows how to swim, that had he sunk into the water, he could have just done the dog paddle. He could have just floated. He could have taken care of himself. Now, we can't stop the winds. We're not Jesus. And in General Conference, we're not going to stop all the anxiety and the stress and the pressure. But when things get overwhelming, know that Christ is still with us. There's no doubt in that. But don't forget to have faith in yourself. Remember that God created you and called you very good, that you have been prepared for this time and equipped and strengthened so that we can work together and be faithful together. And so as the days of General Conference continues on, have faith in yourself. You are here for a reason, and likewise, so is everyone else. And may we continue to struggle together amidst this storm, that we can grow closer together and do good work and find ourselves on the other side, continuing to experience the fullness of what God has to offer us. Have faith, and I look forward to seeing you out there.